gonna call you now and tell you how I feel. Maybe I'll get lucky somehow, and you'll come out tonight and let your wildest side consume.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Diana if you're new, and I am a stay-at-home mom of 3 kids. And here I like to share a little bit of my homemaking journey and my mom life journey. And so if you're a mom or a homemaker, or you just like watching lots of cleaning and homemaking content, I hope you'll subscribe. Today we're going to be doing some really satisfying deep cleaning. I am tackling my rug in my front entryway. I'm also going to be deep cleaning my couches and moving some furniture. So we are going to be doing some serious cleaning today. My rug in my entryway is really dirty. It's been a long time since I've done a deep clean on it. It's really dirty for one because it's right by the front door, but it's also really dirty because I'm not really able to clean it very well just during regular vacuuming and stuff like that, because the type of rug it is, it's like a 2-layer rug. The bottom is the rubber backing, and then the top is the printed image. I think it's just like a cheaper type of rug, but the 2 layers are not actually like connected. So when I vacuum it, because it's so lightweight, it really pulls that top layer up and it kind of clogs the vacuum. And so I have to turn the suction way down on my vacuum. And so I can vacuum it kind of, but it's not cleaning it very well. So this thing is full of dirt and dust. And then also for the same reason, I'm not able to just run my carpet cleaner over it. The suction is too high and I can't clean it. So in order for me to really clean it, I just need to bring this thing outside and wash it with the hose and wash it by hand. So that is what we are going to do. And I should have done this a couple months ago because this is kind of the worst time of the year to do it in Arizona. Today we have like a high of 110. The day I did this, I think it was 110, and then the following day was 114. So it's been really hot, and I didn't get out here quite as early as I wanted. And so it wasn't quite that hot yet, but it was really hot. I think I was out here around 8 o'clock in the morning, and it was already like 85, and it's just really hot. So Nico had set up the canopy for me so that I could do this in a little bit of shade. But the one thing I can say about Arizona and the heat, the only good thing that it does bring is rain. And so we're probably going to be getting some monsoons. Hopefully this week. We're supposed to have a cool down like tomorrow, and it'll be back down closer to 100. So I was trying to hurry up and clean this rug so that I could get back inside because it was so hot and I was sweating as soon as I started doing this. I honestly really like cleaning rugs like this. I feel like it gets them really clean, just being able to completely soak it and saturate it and run lots of water through it. It is a lot of work. It definitely is an arm workout, but it's gonna be nice and clean. And I've honestly been feeling like when I walk into my house after being gone for the day, the house smells a little bit musty, and I've been thinking it's this rug. And when I tell you this rug was dirty, it was so dirty. I fumbled the little brush here, and you guys will see I just get full of dirty water.
Make it easy, but every time I fall back again. Don't slow down. You make it easy, but every time I fall back again. energy. Say you won't let go. I will keep my heart wide open. All I ask of you, baby, keep the fire.
I did go ahead and do a second cleaning on this. Since I was already out here and the rug was just so dirty, I figured I might as well just do a second cleaning on it. And so I went ahead and scrubbed the whole thing down a second time and then did another rinse.
Hanging on a weekend, it was done because we were gonna be friends, but we fell in love, got a little bit naughty, irresponsible. So we said let's stop it, we're better on our own. But you stayed in my head, standing in sunbeams, and when in my bed, you were in my dreams. We're still like kind of best of enemies, but now we're making love till we're out of energy. Breaking in, then breaking out. You are stuck on my mind. There's no way to rewind. I'm criminally loving you. I can't live without.
And then once I finished the rug, I did need to call in the big guns because it was so heavy and full of water. I had Nico come and hang the rug out here on the swing set. It's another good thing about it being really hot and sunny. We were able to get this thing dry pretty quick, and I feel like the sun just helps freshen everything up.
This is how we end. While you were chewing gum, what I say, you surprised me.
I thought it was funny when I was editing that Matt and Nico were both just standing there the same way watching the rug dry. So once we were done with that, it was time to come inside and get started on the living room. I wanted to move my TV stand, and this has been a long time. The last time I did it was, I think, one of my first YouTube videos. I had moved this thing and cleaned it. When I say my first YouTube video, I mean because I've only been on YouTube, I think it's been since November of 2024, so it's roughly about 8 months or so since I've done this. And I was surprised. I thought this was going to be a lot dirtier underneath. And it's pretty dirty, but it's not as dirty as I thought it was going to be. We were talking about how we should move this thing so that, we didn't drag all the stuff that was underneath it with us. So lots of little toys, lots of dust. I also noticed that there is a lot of hair. And so Bear, we got him, it's been about a year. June 6th was around his birthday. And so we've only had a dog for about a year, and he is supposed to be like a hypoallergenic dog, but he does still shed. I mean, it's a given. Even if your dog's hypoallergenic, they're still going to shed to some extent. But I did notice that there was a lot of bear hair underneath here. So I picked up all the toys and the trash, and then I used my duster here so that I could try to get some of the hair before I tried to sweep, because Bear's hair is so fine. If I just start sweeping it, it's just gonna throw the hair everywhere. So definitely lots of hair and dust, and then I'm gonna do a quick sweeping. And then I also wanted to get in here and wipe down the baseboards and wipe down the wall, because those also get dusty, and there was dust bunnies on the walls. To wipe down my walls and baseboards, I'm using my Branch Basics cleaner, and my sister actually turned me on to Branch Basics. Shout out to my sister. Hi, Denise. Shout out to my nieces, Parker, Rowan, and Noah. Nina loves you. I miss you guys. But my sister turned me on to this cleaner, and the cleaner is one concentrate, and you use the concentrate at different levels for different cleaners. So there's an all-purpose cleaner, a bathroom cleaner, a mirror or window cleaner, and it's just the one concentrate in different levels. The cleaner is non-toxic, plant and mineral based, And I just like having a healthier alternative to cleaning, especially when I'm doing it all the time and I have the kids around. I like to use the Branch Basics for my everyday cleaning. To mop my floors, I just use hot water, as hot as I can get it, and then a little bit of rubbing alcohol and just a little splash of Dawn dish soap. I would be careful if you have hardwood. I don't know if it would mess up the finish, but it works really good on tile. So I do regularly dust, but it's not enough because I came over here to wipe this table down and there was definitely a very thin layer of, I don't know, it seemed like grease to me. Something kind of sticky, just a very thin layer over the whole table. And so I'm gonna go ahead and wipe all that down and then we'll start putting everything back and then we're gonna get started on the couches. So do you guys have anything going on for the 4th of July this weekend? I wanted to say Happy Independence Day. We are going to be going to my mother-in-law's. She lives not far from us, but I think we're going to be going over there to go watch some fireworks. Kind of the area where we live is a little bit more rural. I do live in a neighborhood, but this whole area is pretty rural and it's definitely changing and it's turning more into a city, but this area, a lot of the people around here do fireworks. Even in my neighborhood, they do the real fireworks, like the big ones. And so we can just sit in our backyard and watch them, or we can go over to my mother-in-law's house. She's like 5 minutes away from us, and we can watch all the neighbors set off fireworks. So I think that's what we're gonna be doing. And actually this week is Nico's birthday. He's gonna be turning 35 this year. And so he's on vacation right now. We've just been hanging out at the house and doing some projects around the house. So yeah, we're doing the 4th of July this week, and then we also are celebrating his birthday. And for his birthday, I'm gonna be making him an apple pie. I was gonna do a cake. Usually I do like a Reese's cake and it'll be chocolate with like peanut butter frosting and stuff. But this year he asked for an apple pie. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna film that, but I'm gonna make him a nice apple pie and some ice cream for his birthday. And I don't know, I think we're just gonna grill and make some tacos or something. So do you guys have any plans? Are you gonna be doing anything fun for the 4th?
That's how we write a story. You're my borderline desire. What we got is twisted. Yeah. Crazy how you call me around 11:40. You trigger me, I can't control it. Man, life is funny.
Now I'm vacuuming. I'm cleaning the underside of this rug a little bit here because dirt and stuff does get underneath it, and so I vacuumed the bottom of it. And then I'm gonna put the rug back down and start moving the couches so that I can clean underneath them and mop the floors a little bit. And then I'm also going to wipe the wall behind this couch here. But it's definitely been easier for me to clean under these couches. In the past, I had different couches and they were a little more low to the ground. Like the gap underneath the couch was way lower to the ground. And so when I had those kinds of couches, it was harder for me to clean underneath, and so when I would move them, they would be really dirty. But because I have these couches now, I can actually see when there's stuff under the couch, and so I can periodically reach underneath and clean the trash and the toys and stuff. So these really weren't too dirty underneath, but it was nice to get a good mopping underneath and also to get to wipe the walls down.
Oh yeah, casually we're talking. No signs of getting forward, but you're my borderline
still eating low carb. And for us, that's just not eating a lot of bread, eating a lot of pasta, and eating a lot of baked goods. So I don't have a ton of sugar in my diet. And so this is something that I've really been enjoying. And because I don't eat a lot of sugar, this is really sweet and delicious to me. But it's just plain Greek yogurt, some chopped up fruit, and a little bit of that Purely Elizabeth granola. And it is such a delicious treat. And I really like the Purely Elizabeth granola, specifically the one with chocolate or the plain honey one. Those two specifically don't have anything weird, like the natural flavors, because I don't know if you guys have heard, but the natural flavors can hide a lot of different chemical additives. A lot of things go under the umbrella of natural flavors. And so I do try to stay away from stuff that have natural flavors in it. But the Purely Elizabeth granola is pretty good. I know it's not that low carb, but it's healthier, it's organic, and it doesn't have any weird chemicals in it. And so I do feel comfortable getting that for my kids. We just try to be mindful. We just try to not have too many carbs. It's been about a year now that we've been eating healthier. And so in the beginning, I was definitely way more strict, but we've been having more carbs lately, and we've always gotten carbs from our fruit and, things like honey. We just try to be a little more mindful. I've been feeling a lot better lately. I know that I have told you guys periodically about why I had started eating healthier and, kind of why I am the way that I am. And when Matt was born, about a year after that, I was really unhealthy, and I was even just looking at a photo. I remember the breaking point kind of for me was when my family was telling me that I looked sick. And before that, so I had Matt, and then for that whole first year after I had him, I didn't feel good. And I remember telling my sisters, I just don't feel right. I just don't feel like myself. And I know after you have kids, we all go through that where we don't feel like ourselves. And for at least a year, you do kind of feel, like your body's not really yours. And it's just a whole thing. But I really just didn't feel good. And I remember telling my sister, and when Matt was a year old, my mom and my mother-in-law had both told me that I looked kind of sick, like I looked too skinny. And I remember my mother-in-law telling me a few times, are you okay? Are you sure you're feeling okay? I feel like you've lost a lot of weight. And I remember I did feel self-conscious about it, but at the same time, I know my mom and my mother-in-law love me. And so I was like, something's not right. I need to make a change. And at that time, I was also having hormonal issues. I was breaking out really, really bad. I was having really bad cystic acne. And so I just knew there was a multitude of things that were wrong. And so I started trying to fix my diet, because I'm a firm believer that when you fix your diet, you can heal a lot of things with your food. And so that's what started this whole entire thing. But just recently, I was looking at photographs, and I looked at photos of that time, and I was so incredibly skinny. My hands looked like skeletons. So, and just to put it in perspective, at that time, I remember weighing in at around 103 pounds. And just yesterday, I weighed myself, and I weighed 117. So in about a year, I've gained about 17 pounds. And I feel like I just look fine. I just look normal. And I'm like, man, I can only imagine what I look like to other people 20 pounds lighter. I probably did look really sick. And then getting to look at those photographs, I saw that I really did look sick during that time. I was even wearing jeans in one of the photographs, and I felt like I could see my kneecaps. Yeah, it's just been a little bit of a journey for me and my family, trying to clean up our diet, trying to eat better. And for some people, maybe you gain a lot of weight not eating really healthy. But for me, I think it was really affecting my hormones, and I was breastfeeding. I had bad hormones. And so for me, my unhealthiness showed itself as a lot of weight loss, and I looked really gaunt, and I just didn't feel good. And so for me, eating healthier and trying to be really mindful has really helped me. I have so much energy now. I was able to cure my cystic acne, and I've been able to put on some weight and put on some muscle. And so that is why I've chosen to eat a little healthier. I'm just so thankful to be where I am now. And so if you're in any situation like that, if you're not feeling good, if you feel sick, if you feel tired, if you feel like your hormones aren't right, I would just say try to look at your diet, try to fix some of the food you're eating. That would be the best thing that you can do, is try to nourish your body. So for me, it's been trying to get rid of the chemicals, trying to eat more single ingredient foods, trying to increase my protein, trying to decrease some of my sugar and some of the processed foods. I don't really try to log my macros or anything like that. And not that if you do that's crazy. I just, as a busy mom, I don't have time to be tracking macros and all that kind of stuff. Just eating single ingredient foods, trying to increase my protein and cut out the processed foods and chemicals has helped me tremendously. And so if you feel anything like that, that's kind of my testimony. And it took me about a year, and I've seen such a huge difference in the way I feel, the way I look, and even my mood. And that's a huge one. Just having the energy and having the attitude to want to do this whole mom and homemaking thing has been so wonderful. And now I really enjoy my job as a homemaker. It doesn't feel like such a chore, and I don't feel like I'm dragging my feet anymore. And we do still eat delicious things. I do still love to bake, but we definitely do it more as a treat now, like for birthdays or holidays or get-togethers. You know, if it's been a while and we haven't had something good, I'll bake some cookies or something. So we do still eat those foods. We just do it once in a while, and we do it more as a treat.
We were crazy in love, careless and young, but I wouldn't change it. You had me right from the start, you gave me your all, but something changed, yeah. And I sometimes drive you crazy.
So this is the wash water from the second couch. Pretty disgusting, really, really dirty. And then this is the rinse water for that couch, which was equally as dirty. But I do always rinse after I wash. I just like to get the soap residue off. And here I'm putting the kids' play food away. The kids like to use the TV stand here, kind of like an oven. And sometimes they'll even put on like YouTube, like a fire, a long fire video or like a campfire video or something, and put that in there so it looks like there's an actual fire while they're cooking, or make it look like there's a campfire. But that's a fun idea if your kids like to pretend still, to put on a bonfire on YouTube and then let them pretend like they're camping. So now I'm finishing up the front entryway. I did a quick sweep in here. I'm also gonna mop. And then I was trying to show you the dirt and stuff on the walls here, or the scuff marks from shoes, because the kids just throw their shoes on the shoe bench here. So we're gonna wipe down the walls in here, and then we're gonna bring the rug in and finish up this room here.
Break it down. I tried peeking through the cracks, saw the light but couldn't catch it. Now the one who's breaking down. You should let me love you. You're making it so hard to. You've been building up this wall now, and I don't really know how I'm supposed to break it down. Baby, I know I drive you crazy, but
So here's the rug, nice and clean. I love that I can finally see the pattern again. It was pretty faded or it looked really faded because it was just so full of dirt. I couldn't see the picture that well anymore. And it also smells really fresh. Something about letting stuff dry out in the sun. It just smells so fresh and clean. This is it clean, and that's it dirty, really dusty, hard to see the image, and then nice and clear again. So happy that this is finally done, and I do need to put this on my list of things to clean more often, and I need to do this probably every couple months. And then I wanted to clean the entryway here, and I still have Matt's diaper bag hanging here, and he doesn't need it anymore. He no longer wears diapers, so just one more thing that I needed to declutter and get out of the space here. And this shoe bench I got from Amazon. I really love this bench. It's really nice. It's not just the really cheap particle board. It is plastic, but it's very heavy duty. It's really strong and nice. It has this really nice texture to it. So I'll link it down below for you guys, but it's really sturdy and the paint doesn't chip off like a lot of the cheap particle board furniture. It's definitely a really good quality bench. I will put that down below for you guys.
Looking back at the good times before it all went down, climbed right up on the hillside, a different view of my life. You left me running on and on.
So that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys for coming along with me today. I hope I was able to give you a little cleaning motivation and just be a mom friend to hang out with for the day. If you're new here, I'd love it if you'd subscribe. Drop me a like if you got anything from today's video, and I will catch you guys back here next week.